Hello everyone, welcome back to Feldy, wonderful farming simulator 11 map created by Farmer Yip. Starting up another playing session here. I've done a lot off cam, and as you can see, actually let me just get this one going. As you can see, we're no longer hailing to beat the band. We had tons of hail going on in here. So I chose to ride out the hail kind of off cam and just take care of some whole things that maybe are not quite as fun to watch. Not that any of this is any fun to watch. Oh yes, and I also got going here kind of starting another field. Well, not starting a field. You may recall this was a field of red clover. Actually, you can't really tell from this angle, but when you look down at the ground level, there you can see the other stuff coming in. So we're going to try to tear this out, kind of like we did on the other fields up there, in the hopes of getting better yields, and maybe, I don't know, maybe I won't have a red clover down here. Haven't totally decided on that yet. Oh yes, we got our combine sitting here ready to go. Let me see, is there anything else? Alright, I think that is all of our equipment. Let me crank this up. I need, the right side. Yeah, there we go. That's keypad 4. 6, I see. I can never tell, am I on the right side, or maybe I just need 6. Yeah, I think it's on the right side. No, whatever shows kind of over here. Alright, let me open up my header a wee bit, kind of like we do. I'm on the crop of barley. Alright, here we go. This seems to work pretty well when I'm just coming in here and kind of harvesting a field. You'll also notice I actually have some money in the bank. The last time I was in here, it's horrible interest rates. I didn't realize they were so bad. So I got off my duff, I paid the debt, and I now have $6,700 in the bank, although I'm going to be whittling it down as I hire my help here. The way I paid my debt was to haul some wool away from the sheep. Let me just take a peek at that. See what I have going in there. Actually, this probably isn't going to tell. Oops, oh, I just went by. You know what, it doesn't matter. The one I really want to see is here. How much wool? Let me see. Fertilizer storage. Oh, there it is. Fleece storage, 9,500. I think I need to keep, what is it, 5,000 of fleece? I kind of think that's what it is, in order to keep certain gates open. So, whoops, get rid of that. Alright, so he's almost full, so I'm going to crank this up, because as soon as he comes around, he's probably going to want to be emptied. Might not even make it. And this barley, by the way, I've, been hauling. Speaking of hauling, where is my... Alright, see, I got a tractor coming up here that is hauling, biofuel. Been hauling it over to the feed maker because I am slowly getting ready for livestock. Nothing to see here. Watching me smash the crop. Absolutely nothing to see. Anyway, one of the recipes that is for the cattle feed is barley plus feed stuff plus, what is it, biofuel. I've been making a lot of hog feed, which takes feed stuff plus sugar beets. So, yep, here comes our tractor. You know, people can say what they want about course play, but here is one area where it definitely shines. Going from point A to point B, it even works great in good old Farming Sim 11. I know I've had some terrible troubles with it on a save that I have in Farm Sim 15, but in here, it's doing what I ask it to do. Alright, so yeah, these fields were all fertilized, so I think it's showing up in the crop. You know, I don't know that I've cut grain yet since the last time. This is kind of the second year of cropping, if you will, and I think I'm getting a much better yield. All these other fields kind of had some corn in them. You know, we've kind of reduced them to dirt, getting them ready for fall planting. You know, and speaking of, let me see here. Can I get over to my lizard tractor? Here we go. We'll be just in time. You know, we have a boatload of biofuel, or at least we did. Let me stop here. Where's biofuels? Yeah, see, we have a lot of pig feed now in storage. We still need some bales, but we're going to be getting plenty of those soon. Okay, I think I need to cycle through here. Biofuel. We still have tons of biofuel. You know, it seems like we barely put a dent in it, but we created a ton of them. Now let me reset this course. We'll get it. This guy has been going back and forth and back and forth. I have no idea how many loads he's hauled, but he's working hard. Oops, I think I'm going over it. And there's all these old courses that are in there from another map. Feed mills. I'm up at the feed mill. That's the one I want. Move up here to try to set myself up so that when I'm done here, it's really easy to just kind of get it going. Let me see if I can find the, oops. I have cattle feed mill. See, I have a lot of biofuel in there. And this particular tank, I'm limited at 2,500 liters, I think. So I've been thinking of finding another mod that has a larger tank and getting added here so I can simply haul more than I've been able to. So this is probably good. Oops. Oh, shoot. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to start dumping. All right, there we go. He's probably going to finish that and not need a... Alright, let me see if I can whip this at the moment here. Turn off field detection. Yeah, I think I need to turn that off in order for this to work. Get rid of this distraction here. Let me see if we can... There we go. I've already done the outer edge. So, anytime when you're taking up the grass, or kind of the grass texture, if you will, where it really isn't regular field definitions, you usually have to plow it. And I have a mod in here where you don't need to plow. I don't even think I even own a plow, but you can use a cultivator to tear out the field, kind of like you would in real life. I mean, a cultivator will work. You know, I'm reminded in the fields where kind of where I grew up and the farm that I worked on when I was in school and earning money to go to college, Lone Oak Farms. I mean, there was a lot of guys out in the hills where they farmed. The way the dirt was, there was a lot of fields that were straight up field cultivated. There was too many rocks, and the dirt wasn't really of the right type where a moldboard plow would work. And I kid you not, some of those guys up there, they would run the cultivator over the fields, and these were grass seed fields, over and over. You know, sometimes as much as 4 times at the go to raise the dirt, pull out the sod, you know, and get it all ready. And then a lot of times they would come in with a disc or something to try to incorporate it down. Interesting dirt types all over the world and different techniques that need to be done to deal with it. Let me pull this up. Am I able to... I don't see a higher... That's one thing handy about the mod that I have. It shows hired workers, or the courseplay guy with the yellow circle around him. And right now, looking over in the field where the combine is supposed to be, I don't see it going. So that either means he's full or... yeah, he's kind of full. Let's turn him off. Or not full, he's done. So all he'd be doing is kind of just messing around. So, alright, that didn't take long. And now I have a fairly good-sized field ahead to do some barley. That's going to take a little while. Actually, I got a lot of barley down here. Last time, you may recall, I was in potatoes, and that took a miserable long time to harvest, most of which I did off cam, by the way. Alright, let's set this up. Get rid of that in the background. This time I'm going to make it the left side, and that's probably good enough. Let's head on in. Oh. It does what it needs to do till it... that almost sounded like the cutter unit turned off. Alright, we'll let him happily cut away, and... or is he happily cutting? What are you doing? Now this I don't understand. Oh! Did, it's almost as if he forgot he was on higher mode. Alright, well, let's get him straightened out. And then I think with keypad enter is what makes him do his thing. There we go. Alright, we'll leave him alone. We'll go back to... oh wait, we probably should go empty. You know what? We need to turn him loose. Drive and stop. So the next when he goes down there, he doesn't continue. Go... oop, oh, I went the wrong way. This dude, I think, will get out of here and go dump real quick down over the hill. And this field here might be large enough to do a course play. But I'd have to give some more thought. The trouble with course play, when you use course play to offload a harvester, it's very slick. I know I've used it before in Farming Sim 11, so I know it can work. But I think the general idea is you need, when you're offloading grain, and we'll head down there. Oh shoot, we got this guy coming. I'm gonna have to get out of his way. Scratch the paint here, kind of in the edge. But when you offload the grain, kind of on the loop away from the field and away from the combine, you kind of need a drive-through type setup. And the one we have down here, as you can see, kind of straight to one out to the left, you have to back into it. And I know later versions of Courseplay had backup support, but yeah, I never really could get them to work real well, and it's probably because I just don't know how to use it all that well. But alright, I think we are now in the business. Look at that, it's working. We are making cattle feed. Dun, 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 dun. Head back out to the field. And like I say, we got a lot of barley here. barley to the left, barley ahead. Got the big old field over here that we're working on, and then kind of over where we were getting some feed stuff, with our forage harvester, cutting red clover. We also have 2 fields of barley. We got a lot of barley to cut. Oh, and even down here to the right, yeah, most of these fields, see this go around, we didn't really need a lot of sugar beets. I don't know that I harvested or had any sugar beets planted this go around. So maybe while we're, how can we tell? It sure would be nice if, I don't see. There sits our combine. I wouldn't think that it would be full yet. So I wonder if something convinced it to stop. It's just kind of sitting there. Make sure I'm not popping errors. Huh. What in the world? That was rambunctious. Okay, let's see here. Let's simmer down, sir. Okay, something. Okay, it's like it wasn't really. What is it doing? Is it somehow hired? No. Hide autopilot, lift cutter, turn off cutter. Let's turn it off. Okay, why are you just going forward when I'm not telling you to go forward? It's almost like it has. Oh, do I have an error going on? Hold on a second. Let me. Alright, I'll be back. Alright, let's try this again. Open our map. I kind of wonder if the problem was, because I noticed it in another one of the vehicles that I had. It was just automatically going forward. I don't know if anybody's ever had something like that, where it just, you aren't even pressing the keys, you aren't even telling it to go forward, but it is. And in this combine, even when it's on autopilot mode, I think you could still manually steer it if you wanted. You could tell it to go faster if you wanted to. So since there was an automatic impulse telling it to, that's kind of why I was speeding up and going so fast. So this now seems to be working a little bit better. So we'll cross our fingers and hope that it does now what it's supposed to do. So false alarm. I for some reason thought it was already full up. So let me, okay, we have this here, and this is where this particular map is. It is very, very busy, and like I say, I've got 70-some thousand liters of biofuel to haul, and so I maybe need to buy a better tractor at some point. Then this one here, one that tows it a little faster. I maybe need to get a mod. I could just jimmy this particular mod and have it haul more than 2,500 versus getting a brand new mod and getting it all set up so that it will haul biofuel. Because any mod that you add in here, you got to do some work to it in order to get it to take what's going here in the app. So alright, we'll get you going another trip. I probably should get him going too. But you know, there's just so little time to set it up proper. What I would really like to do, and maybe I'll do this off cam, one of the troubles that I've run into with this thing here, when I'm not able to move the arm that's on the forage harvester to always be pointing at the trailer, what it means is whenever I go around corners, I lose material over the edge. And the only way to kind of counteract that is to have perfectly straight. Let's turn off field detection. Don't want that off. There we go. Let me just try to crank this out. So the only way to counteract that is to have as straight as possible windrows, you know, when I'm harvesting. And, you know, like this field here, or any of these fields in here, Farmer Yip doesn't work with straight corners for the most part. His fields have lots of character, and so most of the time, you know, we're kind of going around a corner. What I really wish is I could figure out the mod, you know, as to what is making it point not at the trailer. You know, I think I have it set up right, but then again, I know I kind of have a goofy setup. I've run into this with some of the other mods where the indexing is off, and I've been forced to have it off, you know, a single index in order to get just wonky stuff that shouldn't have to be, and yet the proof is right before my eyes that unless I do it, certain mods aren't going to work. So, you know, I do wonder if some of the problem that I'm having with the arm of the forage harvester not pointing at the trailer, it may be a single index off. There's just a lot of tinkering I probably would have to do, and yeah, don't know that I'd ever figured out. I don't know how that I figured out the other thing, that it had to be one index off. I mean, that was a stroke of luck figuring that out, because usually, like I say, you know, part of the duty of a modder is being very fastidious about those indices in there, and if you don't have it exactly right, you know, and the scripts and the game engine don't know how to use your particular mod or model. And the idea that you have to make it one index off, I mean, that just doesn't make sense. So I continue to think there's something wrong, you know, with this installation. It maybe has something to do with having the Pro Farm add-on in here. I really don't know. So maybe one of these days I'll just go ahead and reinstall it and figure something out. You know, I'm noticing there's a fair number of rocks in this field, and I'm trying to see if I go around here now, will it keep those rocks, or I don't know that it does. Yeah, they're gone. It's kind of like I'm incorporating them as I, travel over them, so, I didn't mean to go that fast. Let me check on my combine. Aha, there now I see the dot, which indicates it's hired. Question is he full? And you know what? I'm not sure I'm seeing that dot move. So as soon as I turn around here, we're going to go check out our combine. And I do see that other yellow dot moving. This is a course play where I'm hauling the biofuel. So, oh, yep, he's awaiting. Go to this one here. I'll try not to drive over the crop this time. I'll just kind of head around the field. Just cool fields in here. I don't care who you are. Yes, it remains an old game, and I know, like the trees at the left, I mean, those are no prizes. Any of the graphics in here, you know, you compare it to the newest game, Farm Sim 22, hey, I know there's no comparison. But this map has a charm to it And there's lots of apps out there. You know, I'm doing one on, all right, scratching the paint here, ArmSim 13 that I'd never heard of before. Some people that watch me recommended it. Biskita, you know, it's a Polish app loaded with charm and kind of some interesting things in it as well that other apps don't necessarily have, and this one has it in spades, and I'm having such a good time. I keep adding stuff to it myself, and maybe you can even see it from here. There's a few logs sitting here. I still was testing some things. Well, it's been a while since I've tested some stuff. I really need to add some more. Oh, our lizard's already there. Let me see. Can I get down there with a... Yeah, sometimes a quick thing works. Alright, stop this. We'll go get feed mills to biofuel. Whoop. Went too far. We'll start dumping the sauce. And see, there is so much hauling that can be done here. See, I have a boatload of pig feed that all I need to do, and I do have a feed mixer, all I need to do is haul it over there and I can start cranking out pigs. Although I may need water. I think I've already hauled water. There's just so much hauling that needs to be done on here that there's just so much to do. It's definitely a multiplayer map, if you will, and there's just one of me, and I've tried to do a lot of it off cam because driving to and fro various places isn't always the most exciting thing to watch, but there's just so much to do. And you know, I guess it's kind of my nature that I would like to master a map. And in order to master it, in my mind, it's like you need to have everything going all at the same time. And it's just impossible with this one here. I think it's probably impossible on the other ones too that don't have near as much extra stuff in the map. But this one in particular, I don't know anybody that can just keep track of everything on their own without even having, you know, kind of a side spreadsheet, if you will, just kind of remember where you're at or figure out how much of something that you need or figure out the optimum profits. You know, it's kind of like, I know I talked earlier, I've already figured out it's better to make kelp fertilizer than it will be to manufacture regular fertilizer, if you will. I do intend to do it. I kind of want to experience everything Feldy has, you know, before I move on to another map or give it up. But that isn't the type of fertilizer I would do to regularly play this. I would just use the kelp. It's much cheaper in terms of biofuel. And by the way, I was just noticing in the statistics, I still have the old save game of Feldy from way back in the day when I experienced it the first time. And I finally surpassed it in terms of hours played. I was just noticing that before I started up this video here. So I have doubled my Feldy experience from what I had previously. Alright, so we took out this field, and you know, I think I'm going to just move him down over here. We have one other red clover field that I think I'm just going to take it out. Even if I planted it to red clover again, I don't know. What do you guys think? Maybe this is dumb, but I just figure all. And part of this, by the way, is to get it to work with fertilizer. When the field is like the way it is, even though it's growing in here, you're not allowed to apply fertilizer or anything like that. So I kind of have put in the coding that it's supposed to give you more when you fertilize even windrow crops. So let me see, how's our combine doing? And doesn't look to me like the combine is moving. So let me see if I can go find it with the trailer. Yeah, this is a pretty good sized field. This is going to make a lot of animal feed, cattle feed rather. So much so, I mean, I also have to keep an eye on this. This may make so much. You know, when I plant a field, I really don't know how much it's going to yield, because I don't really have a tool to figure out how many acres it is or that kind of thing. You know, in theory, if I could figure out the number of pixels in the field, it would I could calculate, because all that data is in the game tables, and calculate what the yield would be and how much animal feed it would create and stuff like that there, but I really don't know how many this is, so I'll just take it as it comes. And if I end up having so much barley that I can just go ahead and sell some of it at the store, that's what I'll be doing. Now, can I... Oh, you know what? I gotta go take this down. Yeah, boy, he doesn't like it when I sit there. I don't know why. But I'll send the combine on its merry way. Come on, dude. I'm out of your road. I still... Let me see here. Oh, I can't see it. Yeah, I gotta be getting close down there to getting more biofuel. But anyway, just wanted to show everybody where we were at on Feldy. Thank you so much for coming along for another episode. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. And I will bid you adieu until the next time. Goodbye for now.